Welcome to Music with Mrs. Avery. It is time to warm up our voices, so please stand up. Make sure you have plenty of room around you. You need to have your feet flat on the floor, hands to your side, and you should be standing up with good posture. Here we go. Notes and rests. And today you are going to practice drawing them. So for this activity, you are going to need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. So go ahead and pause this video so you can go and get those items. Now that you have your piece of paper and pencil in front of you, we can get started. First, we are going to draw just our notes. Let's start with a quarter note. So, somewhere on your paper, we are going to draw the head of our note. Make sure it's not too big. And remember, for our quarter note, the head is colored in. And then, to the right side, you're right, we will draw our stem. So here is our quarter note. And remember, our quarter note gets 1 beat of sound. So we can put the number 1 underneath of it. Next is our half note. Remember, the half note looks an awful lot like our quarter note, but the head of the note is not colored in. Now, I'd like you to look very closely at the heads of your quarter note and half note. Are they the same size? They should be. When we are drawing our notes and our rests, we want them to be about the same size. Nothing should be too big or too small. So the head of our half note is not colored in. And then remember, to the right, we will add our stem. If at any time I am moving too fast for you, please feel free to pause this video so that you can catch up on drawing your notes. Now, we know that the quarter note plays 1 beat of sound. Well, do you remember how many beats of sound the half note plays? Yell it out at me. That's right, 2 beats of sound. So let's just put a little 2 underneath of it. Now, do you remember the name of our note from our last lesson? You're right, it's the whole note. And our whole note is just a head. There is no stem, and the whole note is not shaded in. So it sort of looks like a small oval. And our whole note gets 4 beats of sound. So we will put a small little 4 underneath. So just to review, on your paper you should have a quarter note, a half note, and a whole note. Now let's learn how to draw our rests. We're going to start with our quarter rest. So we will draw a small diagonal line. We are going to come back up and then back down. It almost looks like a little lightning bolt, right? Then we're going to bump it out almost like a half of a heart. Just like so. So there is our quarter rest. And remember, our quarter rest gets 1 beat of silence. Because in our last lesson, you told me that notes are beats of sound and rests are beats of silence. So make sure that you take your time and draw that quarter rest nice and neatly on your paper. Now, which rest gets 2 beats of silence? That's right, it's the half rest. Oh, and this is the one that looks like a little hat. So, we will draw our line and then our small box on top and shade it in. Just like this. And we know that a half rest gets 2 beats of silence. And we only have one more to go. And that is our whole rest. Do you remember? That looks an awful lot like this one, right? Except it's upside down. So we will draw our line and our little box goes on the bottom. So here is our whole rest. Remember, if I'm moving too fast for you, you can pause the video and catch up. And our whole rest, just like our whole note, gets 4 beats. But it gets 4 beats of silence. I would like for you to take a moment and look over your paper. I want you to double check that you drew your notes correctly and your rests correctly. Make sure they are neat and make sure that you've spaced them out. For your activity in Seesaw, I would like for you to take a picture of the notes and the rests that you drew during our lesson. Once your picture has uploaded, you can click the green check mark in the top right-hand corner to submit. I can't wait to see how neatly you drew your notes and rests. Thank you for learning with me today.